Hey everyone, Genome here, coming at you with my next music review in my ongoing series where I take a look back at some possibly forgotten gems and, just kind of highlight songs that I think need some recognition. This one's going to go a little bit farther back than my other selections, other than Roger Miller's selection from a couple weeks ago. But this is going to go back to, as you see on your screen here, 1968. And I couldn't decide from both of the songs. This one's a tough one because I'm a huge Doors fan, and neither one of these songs really typifies their standard sound. And I think you'll see what I mean. Like the synthesizer and calliope sounding keyboards are absent in these for the most part, so I really dig that. That's one of the sounds that I can normally do without on Doors songs. But I went through my phase where all I wanted to listen to was the Doors. This is back in the late 90s or mid-late 90s, somewhere around there. And so I don't know, I had the inkling and the desire to review a couple of the songs. I was thinking about which ones to do, and a couple of these seem to, especially the first selection, seems to kind of fit the winter theme a little more, even though the first one's called Summer's Almost Gone. You'll see, it's kind of melancholy, and you can see kissing the end of summer goodbye and the cold, dead winters are coming. So anyway, for this, on that depressing note, let's go ahead and get into the songs, and I'll talk sparsely in between them. So here we go. First selection, Summer's Almost Gone. I believe this one's written by Jim Morrison. You'll notice right off the bat, like I said, there's a difference in the arrangements, specifically the keyboard section.
Summer's almost gone. Summer's almost gone.
You got some of Robbie Krieger's patented underwater slide guitar from Strange Days here.
Gone. Yeah, it's almost gone.
I just love the haunting quality of Jim Morrison's voice in this song.
Where will we be when the summer's gone? Morning found us calmly unaware. Noon burned gold into our hair.
That's such a great line, "Mill burned gold into her hair."
At night we swam the laughing sea.
I love that imagery there too, swimming a laughing sea at night.
When
Kind of like Moonlight Drive in
summer's
retrospect.
gone, where will we be? Where will we be? Where will we be?
There's going to be a lot of interplay here between the guitar and piano, which is kind of cool. It's like they're handing this song back and forth, which is kind of nice.
Morning found us calmly unaware.
Here comes Mill burned gold again.
Burn gold into our hair. At night we swam the laughing sea. When summer's gone, where will we
What's crazy about the finale of the song,
Summer's
it never seems to really fit well.
gone. Summer's almost gone. We had some good times, but they're gone.
Oops, sorry. It's like they couldn't resist putting just a tiny bit of like Moog synthesizer or whatever in the background, just a tiny bit at the end. But I definitely like the actual piano music much, much better than this normal calliope sound of the keyboards. So the next selection was actually written by Robbie Krieger, who, for those of you who don't know, is actually the guitarist for the Doors, and he wrote a lot of their actually bigger hits. Believe it or not, he wrote the initial parts of "Light My Fire," "Hello, I Love You." What else did he write that was well known? "Oh, Love Her Madly," stuff like that. So basically, he wrote a lot of their biggest hits. So he didn't work as hard on trippy wordplay as much as just good solid song lyrics. So the second selection is kind of credited to him, and it's in a similar vein, but maybe a little more up tempo than that. But the words are very melancholy and strange, in the fact that they're almost like I always envision a person at the bottom of a river. Drowning. But anyway, let's get on to that. Let me know what you guys think. So next song is "Yes, the River Knows."
Please believe me, the river told me very softly, want you to hold me. Free fall, flow, river flow, on and on.
Jim had a very, very melodic voice. He's not given much credit for the smoothness of it.
Free fall, flow, river flow, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. Yes,
see what I mean? Like, breathe underwater till the end. And there's another line coming up here about drowning in Sacramento wine, or mysticated wine, excuse me.
please believe me, if you don't need me, I'm going, but I need a little time. I promised I would drown myself in mystic heated wine. Please believe me, the river told me.
I think the river like calling to the guy to come in so it can drown him, So it's kind of macabre. I'm probably reading too much into the lyrics, but that's kind of what I get out of it, Robbie Krieger's a very, very atmospheric guitarist. Even when he wasn't playing on the slide so much.
I'm going, but I need a little time. I promised I would drown myself in
Of course, John
mystic
Densmore keeping
heated
some great time back there.
Free fall, flow, river flow, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end. Free fall, flow, river flow, on and on it goes. Breathe underwater till the end.
And there you have it. There's Yes, the River Knows. Both songs are off the Doors album, Waiting for the Sun. So let's get in a little bit to why I like these songs so much. But I guess it requires a little bit of background. I got started on the Doors as a late teenager. And I'm not sure what attracted me so much to them, but I got like their greatest hits album for something. I think I like one or two of their songs off the jukebox and the bars I was always hanging around in back then. And, it just kind of blossomed from there. I collected every album when I had no money. CDs were precious commodity. That or eating, I guess, but usually I chose music. So back then, this is what I did. It was my one big hobby, other than water skiing back then, but I digress. So, I started off liking some more of their psychedelic stuff, and the more rebellion anthems that they had. And kind of stayed that way for most of the run that I listened to them. I kind of started, I don't know if I burned myself out on them or, I just changed musically in my musical taste, but I kind of drifted away from 'em after like 2 or 3 years of being completely absorbed by them, and then didn't really pick them up much until like later on in my 30s again. I started to get back to some of my older classics, and I found a new appreciation for some of their songs I didn't really give much credence to in the past. Stuff when you're younger you don't have as much patience for. Songs like the two we just got played. I mean, while I liked the songs back then, I really wasn't about the mellow kind of ballad. The what I should have seen him as, like the internalized aging of the musician. It's like both these songs we say they're like kissing their years goodbye and all that, and so it's this kind of almost two like introspective songs in a way, And once again, I'm pulling a Rolling Stone here and getting way too deep on probably some of this stuff, but I found a lot of appreciation for the Doors songs that did not, like I said, have the more stereotypical Doors sound, like the keyboards, the overbearing carnival style Calliope keyboards, which I have grown to dislike much over the years. It's a product of its times. And it gave me a distinct sound back then, but just not my thing anymore. And I definitely prefer more of Manzarek on the actual piano, or at least a regular keyboard, without any additional studio magic or harmonic not platitudes, or playfulness, excuse me. So songs like this, the more stripped down versions, I kind of dig. They did a lot of that on the Roadhouse Blues album, Morrison Hotel. And so I like a lot of those tunes as well. But so that's kind of, I don't know. And like I said, the wintertime climbs up here kind of lend themselves well to a little bit of melancholy, and I think especially the first song, Summer's Almost Gone, really lend itself well to that. And it's funny because there's a song on the same album here, it's called Wintertime Blues, but it's like completely upbeat and up-tempo, so it's not fitting at all. So this is definitely a more fitting song, I think, for the wintertime blues that can set in, Not the saying you have to be depressed to listen to it or anything. I don't know, it's a good song to sit back and just think, about what's upcoming, and I don't know, just let your mind wander. But you don't always have to be psychedelic to be a good 60s band, and the Doors did a lot of really good stuff, a lot of great things. It's hard to pick a song I wanted to play for this evening, and there's plenty more I may play in the future, even though they kind of get away a little bit from the harmonization that I tend to lean towards, at least in these reviews, like initially. It's a one-man singing thing, and I mean, every now and then live shows, Ray would sing a song or whatever, but there's live music out there to review, so wherever the winds blow me, the randomness that is my channel. So anyway, go ahead and sign off for now, but I hope you enjoyed the two selections. If you hadn't heard them, they're definitely not well known to non-hardcore fans of the Doors, and it's not anything you'll ever hear on the radio or anything like that. So hopefully I can bring lots of little gems like that to you in the near future. So anyway, go ahead and sign off for now, but thanks for watching. There'll be more of this content coming up in the near future. I've also started a review of the entire Star Trek The Next Generation series, going one episode at a time, so that's going to be fun. I already got the first one up there. There'll be more, of course, other movie reviews as well, along with comic book cover reviews, so stay tuned for more of that. If you haven't subscribed and liked already, go ahead and do that right now. Doesn't cost you a cent, and really helps the channel a lot. So anyway, I'll go ahead and sign off for now. I hope you enjoyed, and once again, this is Genome. I keep digging up them hidden gems. Out.